Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 150 something. It's either 56 or 57. I didn't write down last time, and I didn't write it down this time, so you just get to suck it up. And, ooh, look, you get bra straps too, because it's hot. This is what we call being late. You also get bebop. And that's Petrie's pillow. So she may crawl up there and fall asleep. And my house is a mess. My mom just left. My mom was here for a couple weeks, which is why I didn't record. Itch. So, trying to get back into the scheme of things. Ooh, trying to lift my leg up. There we go. Without banging the camera. What have I been up to? I finished a pair of stripy socks, but then I sent them to my husband in his birthday package, so you don't get to see those. But the puppy love socks, they did get done. Which means I've knit 2 pairs of socks in this entire year. 2. And my phone is pinging. I don't know why my phone is pinging. And because we're just going to jump right on into the knitting, I'm going to discuss randomly throughout. Ooh, what's happening there? I think it's pink. There's going to be blowout because it's like 3:30 in the afternoon and it's a Sunday and it's sunny. Kind of like the blowout. You can't see the mess, but whatever. It's going to be a learning process until I get the hang of what the heck I'm doing in the living room. There's my skein winder, which is drying my purse. That's right. Multifaceted skein winder for rescanning purposes. So I finished the socks and then I was on a finishing kick. So I finished my... You've seen these before. Oh, the color showed up nice. That is pretty good to color right there. These are the Girl from Nantucket mitts. And they've got a little diamondish pattern on them. I finished these. I had one and a smidge done. One and a smidge. That's the technical term. One and a smidge done of these a while ago. And I was like, I need to get the stuff off the needles because there's like way too many projects. So I knit them both. They're done. Ends are woven in. This is, of course, a pattern by Laura Linneman, Lala of the Knit Girls. I'm just having way too much fun playing with this and making everything. I'm sorry if you're motion sick. Why are you watching me if you're motion sick? Seriously. So, the pattern shows up a lot more in real life than it will on the screen. I can't make it pop properly here. You can kind of see it. And there's only so many ways I can move my arms. So, yes, there's Petrie. My pillow. She just had a bite to eat. A bite to eat, which means now it's sleeping time. If I move that pillow, I get in trouble. I get meowed at. Not gonna lie. This is using hand spun. This is a mixed 75... Or no, this is mixed BFL from Wool Gatherings, who only does numbers. And I Navajo plied it. I did have to change around the pattern a little bit because it is written for sock weight, and this was just a little bit bigger. It wasn't a true sport weight, but it wasn't a true sock weight, so there was really like no in between. So I have big hands. It worked just fine for me to leave the stitch count as is, but in terms of row gauge, I had to stop the pattern just a little bit earlier than recommended. But it's a well-written pattern. I had fun. Those are done. These are not my colors, so they're going in the Christmas possibility bag. I may do the hat because I have enough left over to do the hat, and then I can do the hat and the fingerless mitts and then like gift them to my sister-in-law or something. So the other thing I've been working on, and I had a bite of the crazy pie. Oh crap, I forgot to bring that over. Hold on one second, I gotta pause you. I'll be right back. I don't know why I actually say I have to pause you and stuff, because you wouldn't notice. Well, you'd notice the jump, but like, it's not like I'm actually going away and you're not going to see me for 3 seconds. I don't know. Okay, anyway, crazy pie. Back onto the crazy pie. My sister-in-law commissioned this ages ago. It is spider lace. It's the black cherry colorway, which is actually more of a red black than the browniness it's showing up as. She wanted this shawl thing, a cross between a shawl and a cowl and a poncho, and it basically you just knit this, like, it's kind of a rip-off of a pattern she wanted, but it didn't fit her. So the basic premise is you knit this long thing, you put buttons on one side, and it triangles out. It's hard to explain. I can see it in my mind. That is the way I work. But I was like, I can finish this while Mom's here. Between 160 and 120 stitches. Lace weight. 3.25 millimeter needles. Yeah, not happening. I did get it mostly done. I think I have 4 more of the repeats left to do. So a repeat is basically taking the thin edge, doing the ruffle, and so you knit. I'm just making up this pattern as I go. So I cast on 60, I knit 8 rows, I increased into every stitch to get the ruffly, runchy, or the runching, however you want to say it. Knit 20 rows, decreased, and then lather, rinse, repeat for about, I need 14 repeats, so I have 4 more to go. Or 3 more? I don't know. I'd have to count. But so there it is. So the basic premise is, it will go around her like so. Like so. I don't know. I'm way bigger than she is. She's like 5 feet tall and about yay big, which is nice because if you're going to make something to wrap around a person and it's in lace weight, when they're not big, it is a big plus. Not big, big plus. So it will wrap around her shoulders-ish. It'll kind of hang off the other one. But when I'm done, this end will have right here, right here, right here, and right here will have buttons on the garter stitch rows. I'm showing you the back side. I'm such a bad person. And those buttons will meet up with buttonholes that will be along the other edge. So that will create the weird triangular pattern to make it kind of cowly shawl. Either way, I'm getting close to being done, but then I burnt myself out on it, and I was like, you know what, Mom, you're leaving in 2 days, and I'm not going to knit that much in 2 days because I have yarn to warp for the next shop update, and I'd like to actually talk to you, and basically just everything, you know. It was like, this is not going to get done in the allotted amount of time, so I may as well just give up now and have fun, which is what I did. And now I have 2 sleeping babies. I have a Bop and I have a Pea. Pea, Bop. That's my spot on the couch, by the way. The husband always sits on this side, and I sit on that side, and yeah. So I won't sit on that. That side of the couch is going to get absolutely no wear over the next year, whereas the other side is going to sink slower and slower, because that's where I sit. All by my lonesome. And if you have a problem with drinking coffee, again, why are you watching me? This is 100 and some odd episodes. At this point, you know I'm gonna drink coffee. So the other thing that happened was I got a text. It all starts with a text. And so I'm going to Rhinebeck. If you didn't know, I'm going this year. It's a big to-do for me. And everybody makes a Rhinebeck sweater. And someone else is making a Rhinebeck sweater out of her Highland Handmaids in the Butternut DK. I was going to say Butternut Squash DK. Butternut DK. And I was like, oh, wait, I have a sweater's worth of Butternut DK, and that pattern's in my queue. I will do the same thing, because this will motivate me to actually finish it, because as you know, there are 2 sweaters languishing in somewhere in my house, because I've got the Aislinn or Uslin. Someone told me how to pronounce it, and I'm sorry, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. That thing's been hibernating forever. And I've got the Less is More, which I didn't want to finish because of the sleeves and the needles I was using, and then I got new needles and I forgot about it. Those needles may be like in use on other patterns by now. Anywho, the pattern in question is the Trick or Treek. I want to say Treek because it's Tricotessa or Tricotsa. Trico. It's the French version of knitting, whatever. It's by, let's just completely battle it up here. I think her name's Aja, or Asia, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a top-down pattern, and it's got this thing called the ziggurat technique, which I can't decide whether I should cut my bangs or leave them grow. So I'm at this weird stage where I just keep having to like push them out of my face. So I apologize for that. The top-down ziggurat technique, which means there's no seaming. That does mean that you cannot do this drunk. You can also not do it tired. And you have to have your like iPad or your computer relatively close to you, because I had to watch like 4 YouTube videos. Because I have never done this specific type of non-wrap short row thing, and the cast on she uses is new to me, and so I had to like look at all the links. And I've never done a crochet chain cast on like it's done in this, so I had to watch that too, because usually I do a provisional cast on, and this was not a provisional crochet cast on. I'm pretty sure I can talk about that. The pattern is a pay for pattern, but I'm pretty sure I'm not giving anything away too much, but it's a top down, so you should be able to gauge if you're running out of yarn too soon, which I like. It's got some techniques that it's kind of nice to do something, because I've got the shawl, or the thing for my sister-in-law that's just solid stockinette and garter with like an increase and a decrease row. So that's really, there's no brain work involved. I finished a pair of stockinette socks, stripy socks. The girl from Nantucket Mitts has a really interesting thumb hole to me. I've never done a thumb hole like that, but aside from that, it's pretty easygoing. The pattern is very memorizable. So this is a little more meaty, if you will. It's the meat. The meat. Apparently meat should be held like this at all times. Hold your meat. That should be the title of this episode. Hold your meat. Hold your meat. I feel like I'm on the Flintstones. Do you remember that? The Keep Your Happy Pappy with Rockenspiel? Keep your happy with Rockenspiel. Yeah, I grew up with The Simpsons. Update your blah blah blah. How about you go fuck yourself? I'm sorry. I talk bad. I don't have children. This does have an explicit tag on it, so it's all good. So anywho, I'm using my Highland Handmaids Butterfoot DK yarn in the Ruined Blue colorway, which is a colorway just for me. Haha. And I have a bunch. I think I got 5, and there are 325 yards per. 85% Polworth, 15% silk. Of course, that's Highland Handmaids, also known as the Fiberista Files, Boutros Babe. I think that's all her handles. I don't know. It's Heather. So I have done the first couple steps. So basically, there's this weird cast on up here. It looks a lot more see-through than it actually is. This is a very airy collar, so this is your top back of your collar, and then you have a detail that runs down the back and then fans out into a diamond shape. So that's my little 2 hangy stitch markers. And then it goes out to the shoulders, and then you knit down the shoulders a little bit. There's my shoulders. Woo, it's gonna fit. You knit down the shoulders, and then you go around and you pick up for the sleeve cap, and then you do the front edge, and then you keep going. Yeah, this is gonna require me to be sober, but so far it's been fun. I've done it in chunks, but the person I'm kind of competing, shall we say? I'm not competing. Why are you running slow? That's gonna bug me. The person I am semi-competing against, I'm not competing. The person who is also knitting this is actually where I am right now, so I better get my button gear. My allergies are acting up. I don't get along with Minnesota. Hopefully starting and stopping will fix that. but it could be my antivirus software. I also started spinning because I signed up for Spinzilla. I'm on Team Knit Girls. So I was like, well, I better get back into spinning. And I wanted to spin really bad. And I haven't spun in a while. So I was like, well, I better use something I don't really care about. How's that for you? I better use something that I'm indifferent to it turning out perfectly. So I used some Wensleydale from the Spunky Club. It was March. It was the Making Tracks Spunky Club. And I got 144 yards. I wrote that on the side. Here it is. Quick and dirty, long draw. It fluctuates. In some spots it's positively Aran, in others it's sports. I didn't really care. I don't like Wensleydale. It's too scritchy. So I spun that dirty and quick, and then I started in on, I let my mother pick, and she picked these colors. I hate these colors, FYI. These are not my colors. Everyone's like, oh, that's so great, that's beautiful. No. If you know me, you know this is not my color scheme, but it's pretty. I may actually put it up for sale, because it came up pretty evenly. This is 4 ounces of organic Polworth in the November colorway from last November, and it's neutrals. It's greens and browns and whites and beiges and tans and taupes and off-whites and eggshells and cream. All those colors I absolutely abhor. So, and my mother loves them, which is why she picked them, but I don't think she'd want anything out of hand spun because that's a bit harder to take care of. And so, I don't know. I'm going to naughty it off and see how much I got out of it. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to put on the wheel next. Not sure I want to run into the good stuff just yet. I got a while until Spinzilla. I'm thinking of doing a Spinzilla colorway for Knitter's Nightmare. Well, not for Knitter's Nightmare, but, you know. I'm thinking of doing one. So, last week I told you about this, and I didn't get to show you. There you go. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. This is a gift from Stitch to Spin, or Stitch to Spin, or Stitch and Spin in Frida from Sweden. Frida from Sweden, and it's the Twilight colorway. It's 4 ounces of 63% superwash merino, 15% silk, and 2% nylon. I kind of want to have its babies. I love this color. I love the colors. Like, seriously, the blues, the teals, the purples. It's a Nerd Girl yarn. Oh my god, this needs to be spun. But again, I wanted to make sure I spun a bunch of stuff I didn't care about, so that it was like perfect for this. Not gonna lie, I love it. And it could be socks. Really small socks, but it could be socks. Although I think it'll be a shawl or something else. I don't know. I don't know, but I love it. So that is gonna be on the wheel soon-ish, hopefully. You can't see my wheel. My wheel is like right behind me here. So, what else do I have to tell you about? I finished the shawl I was working on for Knitty and Color, who needed it by Stitches Midwest, which happened this weekend. Had my mother not been here, I probably would have driven down for it, but my mother's cooler. I'm sorry. I don't get enough visitors. So I sent that off to her, and I got one of these. This is actually the exact same thing I knit, but this has more colors. It's 600 yards. And I have an idea for a pattern in my head. Crescent shaped with slip stitches and some color blending. So I'm going to try that out. If I like it, I will keep it. If not, I don't know. But I love her colors. Her colors are always so damn bright. This is the, is this the sparkly version? This is the sparkly version. I got the sparkly version, and it is gorgeous. It is called the Chartreuse to Grape color block. It's superwash merino, nylon, and stellina. It's 600 yards, and it comes with the shawl pattern for the shawl I knit previously. At this point, I feel like I could probably do that shell in my sleep because there's very little actual pattern to it and it looks great. Bing! So, I also promised you I would show you the last of my SSK stuff because I only showed you the fiber, correct? Correct. I left the other stuff in the bag. The bag. Wool pig. Oh, that was not a smart move. Don't snort if you have allergies. Oh my. So, I am a wool pig. Did I show you? I got the kit from Desert Vista. I'm not sure if I showed that because it's already out. If I didn't, someone tell me. I'll show it to you next week. But let's just go through these real quick. I don't know how much time we have. And who doesn't love a good bit of enabling? I got this. Because you can never have too much Another Crafty Girl. And this is Ponky Brewster. Of course, Ponky is Another Crafty Girl. It is gorgeous. I want to have its babies. I know Gamut is popular. This one is also popular. I think this one should be more popular than Gamut. That's my own personal call. I still need to finish getting all the Wreck-It Ralph series. I think I only have 2 and there's 5 or something. I will remedy this. I have the skills. I can stock an update if I need to. Or I can just, you know, make lewd comments. I got 2 skeins of Leading Man Fiber Arts. I believe they're both on the Spotlight base. Yes, they are. One is Poison Ivy. And one is Fright Night. Which was kind of funny because Steven was like, that's my new Halloween colorway. And I was like, yes. Yes, it is. And I need it. He pointed it out to me after I got it. It's kind of funny. So, those 2, because I cannot have enough Halloween stuff. And I have to start dyeing the Halloween colorways for the shop. This is the 80% Superwash BFL 20% nylon. 100% awesome. Of course, I had to get some Fiber Nymph because Fiber Nymph is damn hard to get. I remember back in the day when I was living in Canada and I could get Fiber Nymph easier than I can now. And I'm so, like, happy for her and everything, but man, it's hard to get her shit. This is the Got Your Back SSK stripy sock. Woo! On the, what base? The Bounce base, which is an 80% Superwash Merino, 20% nylon. This is my base of choice. Because, like, I like the 80-20s better than the 75-25s. Not that I won't get the 75-25s or knit with them. I just prefer the poofier bases. This is a new to me base, which is kind of funny. Here's the story. I went in and I was like, ooh, what's this? You know what this is called? It's called the Big O because everyone goes, oh, when they see it. So, this is Gail's Art in the Big O. This is the Bits and Bobs base, which is a new to me base. It's 85% Superwash BFL and 15% nylon nep, which gives you that tweedy little thing. I think my mother would probably get along with the Fat Squirrel's Partner because she immediately wanted to pick out all the little neps when she saw it. She was like, but it's got crap on it. I'm like, it's supposed to have crap on it, Mummy. So, and how can you go wrong with Gail's Art? Just look at those colors. I don't have a color palette at all. I'm not all about Halloween and jewel tones. What are you talking about? I had to, of course, get more Desert Vista because a kit just isn't enough. This is the Nashville Nights colorway. It's self-striping and variegated in the Zen or Zine base. How do you say that? Susan, how do I say this? And it's gorgeous. 75% Superwash Merino, 20% nylon, 5% Stellina, because apparently I really wanted sparkle. Which is funny because I usually hate knitting with sparkle. But apparently I'm over that, and now I'm all about it, because I want to sparkle, not like a vampire though. And I have them all grouped in here so I can show you the same dyer at the same time because I am completely obsessed with Knitty in Color. in a good way. Not in a I'm crazy stalker way, but in a I love your style, I love your colors, and you are awesome kind of way. I got Daydreaming on top and Ain't It Fun on the bottom. One is a Superwash Merino Nylon, one is a Superwash Merino Nylon in Stellina. I saw this one knit up. Like, it doesn't really get my nads a pumping, to throw in a Breakfast Club reference. It doesn't really do that for me, but I saw it knit up and I wanted to have that socks babies. So yeah, I'm excited. And this one, I'm sorry, it's like electro goth. I love it. It's every electro goth's love. It's got black and then it's got bright, and I don't even mind the little shock of yellow, because there's not a lot of it compared to all the other stinking colors. I love her. So I got those. And I hope you went to Stitches Midwest if you could and you saw her and said hi and bought lots of stuff. One I was excited about not only meeting but getting to purchase some of her stuff was Jinx Yarn. She's out of the Dallas, Fort Worth area, I want to say. I got Totoro on the single merino, which is 100% superwash merino, 400 yards. It's Totoro. I couldn't say no. This is number 2. And then I got Spirited Away on 75/25 superwash BFL nylon. So, see, I still buy stuff on this base. It's awesome. I'm sorry, you name anything after an anime and I'm going to need most of it. I also picked up Big Daddy for Jack for watching my house. Big Daddy, of course, a Bioshock reference. If you're looking for any geeky yarn, she's also done a Final Fantasy Women Club. If you need video game or Adventure Time or what have you, anime, hit up Jinx. Lastly, for the yarn purchases, Apothecary, who I've never seen or knit with before, but was really excited to try. I got the Drama Queen on the Classic Sock, which is a superwash merino. Again, bright pinks and purples and blues and blacks. Come on. Come on. No, I don't have a color palette. Not at all. Not at all. And Witch's Brew, which is superwash BFL nylon, again with the 75/25. Just throw a Halloween color at me and I can't say no. I was like, okay, these colors need to come home with me. Because apparently lime, orange, purple, and black is all I'm about. I should do a stripe that's just lime, orange, purple, and black. And then, I'm pretty sure I've told you more than once, I need another bag like I need a hole in the head. Doesn't mean I don't want more bags. Just means I don't need them. Which means I'm a glutton. If you didn't notice by my waistline, I like excess. So I got this from Fat Squirrel. It's very steampunk reminiscent to me. It's got octopuses and anchors, and hello, anything with an anchor I have to have because my husband's in the Navy. So it's her little sock bag. I think this is the only, I think now I just need to get the super huge bag, the Aran sweater size, and I've got one of each size. And I was going to get the SSK 2014 bag, and I looked at it, she's like, it is not your color scheme. I'm like, no, it is not. But I want one, but I didn't get one, because she's right. She's right, people. And then, because apparently I have some serious brand loyalties, I have three Tangerine design bags. Because Casey is awesome and her quality of product is great. Her price point is great. But apparently, yeah, the 3 or 4 I already have aren't enough. So this one is called Respect the Big 12. I think it's my favorite. And I have to, see, now I have to put stuff in it, so I have to start projects. It's such a tough life, I know. This is called Respect the Big 12, I believe. Yes. And it's got ukuleles and mandolins. And it's got brown polka dots. And I love it. Love, love, love it. Love it long time. This one I've kind of been gunning for since last SSK because I didn't pick it up then, and I really need it because I am an 80s freak. And it is the I Love the 80s mixtape Totally bag. It has Cyndi Lauper on it, okay? It is Cyndi Lauper and a mixtape and Devo. You had me at Cyndi Lauper. Love it. It's pink. It's very much not my color, but I love it. And because I have absolutely no ability, none whatsoever, to walk by something that has skulls on it, I had to get the Dia de los Muertos bag. But this is a print I don't yet have. Look at the little cachinas. And sugar skulls. And hey, if you're going to tattoo a sugar skull on your body, you may as well have knitting ones to rest your stuff in, with a really cute little stripe on the inside. Which would pretty much sum up my damage at the marketplace. Oh, the damage. Damage, damage, damage. But I love these bags. Look at them. And they stack up so nice and neat, and they're all neat and nice. And now I can get rid of the plastic I've kept them in. Like, perfect. 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 It may be a while before I put more socks in them because I have to finish a sweater. I'm on a mission. I'm a girl on a mission. And I have a pin. I have a pin from Jelby. Whee! Which has a cute little felted owl. And really, it's not like I like owls or anything. Woo! So that was my, yeah, I can't buy anything until Rhinebeck. Let's just put it out there. There's going to be no stash enhancement. I think I was allowed, I knit what? 15 skeins of yarn into the blanket. So let's see here. Which means I'm allowed to replenish up to 15. So I've got 2. Let's see how close I am, because we need to restock apparently. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why did I only get one Another Crafty Girl? That just seems wrong. 10, 11, 12, 13 if you count, oh no wait, 13 with the kit yarn, and 14 if you count the one that was in the goodie bag, which is from Wandering Wool. 13. So unless I start knitting, I am only allowed to buy 2 skeins of yarn at Rhinebeck, and that does not seem right. Note that I'm not counting this because it came after. I'm a wool pig. But that's like my big shopping for the year, basically. You know what? I get to do what I want to do. My husband's gone. Yarn is retail therapy. I could go out and buy shoes and expensive clothing and jewelry and stuff, but why? Why? I want more yarn. Just build a yarn man to lay next to me. That's what I'll do. Anywho, that is everything I have for you this week. I'm trying to get back into the spring of things, so it will get more better. More better. It will get better. I will get more efficient at this. Again. Because it's fun. But that's all I have for you this week. I will talk to everybody probably next week. It will probably be recorded on a Saturday, a Sunday, or a Monday. Don't quote me. This may not be up until tomorrow anyway. Depends. But I hope everyone's having a great week. If you went to Stitches Midwest, I hope you had fun. I hope you said hi to everybody. There were some awesome vendors there. I know No Makers, Wool Pierogi, Jelby, another crafty girl. Who else was there? I know those people were there and they're awesome. So, anywho, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.